Well, here we are back in Mittenrahm in Marfolt for week 3, I think, technically. It's coming along fairly well. There's a lot done, mostly obscured by the low angle that I'm sat at. This was in progress the last time I did a review, and yeah, so it is. I think it's done. I keep wondering maybe a small little shed ought to go out somewhere here. But yeah, I think all of the main housing is in place that will be here. Unfortunately, I managed to get my horse killed earlier this week. Spoticus is no more. I've been riding him around and up and down the Northern Kingdom for several years. I hadn't really thought about it. But yes, he is no more. There is a road east from here, and west from here rather, and when you get out the other side, there's a lava pit, and although I moved around it when I was leaving, when I turned around to come back here, I rode straight into it, and there wasn't a lot I could do. So he is no more. I named some armor, Spoticus's melted armor, and put it in a chest. And I may go back and add a gravestone. But sad day. Oh well. Could do with finishing this. I'm not really sure what I would do about it, but could do with it. Anyway, let's put that in. Standard library, really. Sometimes putting decoration above the blocks. Almost like headboards, I suppose. Maybe a little bit more complex than what I'm doing at the moment, but you get the idea. Just keep it I'm going to finish. Yeah, everything else is, as I said, missing door. So, not entirely sure on the order in which I've done all of the rest of this. Some of these dark wood trees have been added. I didn't realise they don't grow as single branch trees, and I didn't want to build every single one. So I grew an ordinary dark wood tree and then hacked out part of it. That's pretty much what it boils down to. But not too bad. The trouble when you build things on a very small scale, it tends to look overly blockish. You kind of need the size and the oversize in order to smooth out curves and things. But, you know, it is what it is. So So this was supposed to be a tower, I think. And when I came to build the windmill, which isn't being built now, I saw this, and this, and then this. Obviously this is something I've done, but I envisioned it. And I don't know, I had this idea for an actual water wheel for the grind wheel. And I was encouraged by somebody watching at the time to actually go ahead and do it. It is a little too large for the space. This was a naturally occurring pool, but it was about 2 layers lower. 1 layer lower at least, and I had to raise it up just to be able to make it look like it would function. So, not super ideal. But you know, novel at least. I connected these up as well, and I think this one had to have another layer of water added in order to be level with this one. Finally settled on a way to actually do these. I saw somebody using the hedge instead of walls like this, which is what I've been using elsewhere. And yeah, I saw somebody doing the hedge work. I don't think I was trying to do it the right way to start with, but this has worked out fairly well. It doesn't work if I use them the same way that I use the wall, which is along the layer lines. So just following along these edges to wall off sections. That was okay, but it just didn't work with the hedges. So I've taken to creating much larger open spaces. Like here, this is what I'm talking about, this is the original. What will happen is I will put the hedge all the way up here and along, and then get rid of this one. Again, these two need to be removed or adjusted at least. I'm not too sure what exactly is going to go out here in terms of buildings. Obviously the road is coming through this way, but I don't really know how it's all going to connect just yet. I'm thinking about completely walling off this middle forest, this small wood. I'm not quite sure why, but I'm thinking about it. Finally did the temple idea that I was going to go with. It's not too bad. It's simplistic, but you know, it's not really meant to be much. And then this house. Fairly pleased with it. It's a little weird in places. Just realised I'm missing a piece. Don't think I'm going to avoid that. It's a shame. I didn't come back too bad, a little tight next to the road, but unfortunately this is what happens when I build on this kind of scale. I crammed stuff in a little bit too much, especially when I'm doing these biomes. And, you know, never a garden to be seen. So I'm actually... I think I was in the middle of this when I stopped yesterday. I'm thinking that there will be a second windmill, or a proper windmill to go with the water wheel for grinding wheat. It's going to be a warehouse instead of a farm. This farm will be working all of this space. This one's got all of this. And then this farm will have, I think, all of this. So this actually may need to be larger than I was planning. I'm not going to leave the biome, but I think that this area around the windmill should get a wall and some wheat growing on it. But there we go, that's what I've been up to. I haven't actually left the area to do building. Just went riding on my horse, and there's a note it got him killed. I haven't replaced him yet. I think I'm just being lazy. I haven't really needed to go anywhere, so it doesn't really matter. But there we go. Oh yeah. Oh no, I was in the middle of building this. That's what I was doing last. So I think it's at the point where I need to do the farmland, which is going to go here. Which, in fairness, is I built the house slightly too big. I think I got a little too carried away. I've eaten up some of the land that was supposed to be for growing the wheat. C'est la vie. But there we go. That's what I've been doing. And I shall get on with some of the threats that I've made to work. And say adieu.